In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about the Jerome Russell Root Colour Wand. I've been using the dark brown version to cover my greys, and I wanted to share my experience with you. Welcome back to Self-Care Karen. It is absolutely lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Here on YouTube, I have literally hundreds of beauty product reviews, lots and lots and lots to do with hair care, but I also have lots of guided meditations and tap along videos. If you want to know more, please just check out my channel off YouTube. I have a website where I sell related products and services. The website is called selfcarekaren.com. If you join my mailing list, not only do you get 3 welcome gifts, free downloads, but you also get exclusive discounts from time to time for my shop online. So please check out, it's all listed in the video description. So this video is not sponsored. I decided to buy this product, the Jerome Russell Root Colour Wand. When I saw it, I was just looking online for kind of root touch-up options. I've obviously used sprays in the past, and I have quite a few videos where I review them. So the one I've been using recently is the Schwarzkopf Root Retoucher, but I do have a video where I compare the Schwarzkopf one to the Clairol one to the L'Oreal Magic one, and I will link that video here if you've not seen it already. But these are sprays, and the wand, actually originally what I thought this was more like an eyeshadow powder that you apply, well, not eyeshadow, but a hair shadow powder that you apply, but it is not that at all. Okay, so I will go into this in a little bit more detail, and I'll show you me demonstrating it in a little while. So before I get into this actual product, the Jerome Russell Root Colour Wand, I do just want to explain a little bit about my hair. So you'll be saying, well, where are your roots? You haven't got any grey roots. I literally dyed my hair this morning. It had got to a point where you use too much product, it takes too long, and I just wanted to cover up my roots. I'm going on holiday. I didn't want to have the faff of having to do any kind of root touch up while I'm away. And the thing is though, that my hair, although I don't feel like it grows fast, I get root regrowth really quite quickly. So particularly on my parting line, it becomes very noticeable where you get the difference in colour, because I do dye my hair, and although I try and match my natural colour as much as possible, that doesn't really happen. I suppose I go for a warmer tone anyway than what my natural hair colour is, but then you've got all these greys as well, right? So you just don't look, I don't feel like I look pulled together. I know a lot of people are like embracing their greys, and there are ways to embrace the greys. I see, like, you know, shorts and stuff where you can colour blend and things like that, but yeah, I haven't got the time or the energy for that. I like dyeing my hair at home. I don't think I would be able to do the blending at home. So this is a really good option. Just to say, I do have I'm in the perimenopause, so my hair, I get quite oily roots, I get quite dry ends. My ends are damaged anyway because of all of the dyeing going on. I don't typically use heat on my hair, and I always use a leave-in conditioner now. That's something that I've learned, and it's made a massive difference to the kind of like look and feel, quality, how I feel confident with my hair. Right, my criticism of the spray type, which, you know, as I said, I've got a comparison video for 3 of them, is the fact that they leave a residue. Okay, so when I was looking at this, I thought, you know what, this might not leave a residue. It says apply to damp or dry hair, which is, you can do that with the sprays as well. Load brush by shaking, then pressing the base until product is dispensed. With free hand, lift hair away from scalp and brush colour into regrowth areas. Blow dry or air dry colour at the roots to then style as normal. And with the, so I think it's quite similar to how you would use the spray. I'm not sure if I've been lifting the hair though. Maybe I'll learn from that and I'll do it differently when I use this again. But I do have some footage of me trying this out on both wet hair and also on dry hair. Right, I have washed my hair and I'm just going to brush it out. This is actually the first time I use this brush. Oh my God. Wow. So I'm used to using a wet brush, but I learned about these kind of brushes a few months ago and I'm meaning to get one. Oh my God, that just goes so smooth. I haven't even put in leave-in conditioner. All right, so let me quickly do that. I'm just going to spray in a little bit of Pureology, which is coming to an end. I've had it for ages. This is actually, it's very, it's pricey when you first buy it, but a little goes a long way and it's lasted me ages. I mean, admittedly, I've been mixing in with other leave-in conditioners. Right, but this is the kind of money shot, I guess. And apologies for the mess in my bathroom. So I have got a little bit of grey here and my hair is wet. So you can apply this into wet or dry hair. So this is what it looks like. And I've already used it a couple of times, but I'm just gonna dose it up again. So you just push in. I say that, but it's quite hard. Yeah, you just push in, I see some liquid. And I actually thought this was eyeshadow, but it's not. It's, well, not eyeshadow, but hair shadow. It's like it's a liquid that then dries down. And I'm just gonna literally touch up where I can see greys coming through. And I'll do a clip, I'll demo it with more greys, and I'll also demo it with, because this is just basically the start of the regrowth, I will demo it on dry hair as well. Okay. All right. So here we've got more greys and dry hair, and let's have a go at applying. What I would say, like, I've been using this for a few weeks now and trying to resist re-dyeing my hair, but I will do that, I think, this week because I'm going away and I just don't want to have this faff. This takes longer than the sprays, but I don't get the kind of residue feeling that you get with the sprays. So there is definitely merit with doing it this way. Obviously, if you have a lot of greys, I think this is going to be just too kind of laborious. To get more, you just sort of press the bottom here. Oh, I've got an awful cold, but I just wanted to show you with longer or more greys, and this is with dry hair. I think I prefer applying it to wet hair, but obviously, I don't have wet hair all the time, so need to see how it works with dry hair. And then this just washes out, right? So if you get any on the skin, you can just let me just do a bit of hair brushing. I mean, it might have been better if I brushed my hair to begin with, but I didn't. Yeah, if you get any on the skin, oh my God, you can see it going all the way back. Okay, I'm gonna apply there too. If you get any on the skin, then all you need to do is just wipe it off with a wet wipe or maybe a little bit of cleanser and wipe. Oops, sorry. That was a butterfly clip falling over. Right, so let me go back and do where have I got it here? Just pump up some more into the brush, because I feel that is super duper noticeable. It might be how the light's falling, but I just want to disguise those greys a bit before I go out into the real world. Oh, see, if you had a spray, if I was using a spray, I'd be done by now because I would just have sprayed it all the way back. But as I say, I think the win on this is you don't get so much of a residue, and I'm not a fan of that kind of gunky feeling that you get with the sprays. All right, so I feel like I've disguised those pretty well. I'll probably now look in a mirror and realise that I haven't. I'm using the phone here, but you get the gist of it. Let me also show you this brush in a little bit more detail here. Sorry, I have used it, you can see, but basically you start off, let me put the lid back on. You start off by shaking it, and then you push up here until you see some liquid. Do you see on the top of the tippy top of the brush there is some liquid here, and that's how you then brush it on. I like the fact that this is very good for like getting precisely where you need it. The spray is kind of like a little bit more haphazard. However, this does take a lot longer to apply, and I guess the thing that I love the most about this is you really do not have, once it's dried down, there is no residue. Whereas when you're using the sprays and then you like put your hand through your hair, you can feel it on your hands, you can feel it in your hair. I don't like that. So I actually really appreciate this. This product comes in different colors. So I've seen that it definitely comes in dark brown, which is what I've got. It comes in, I think it's a medium or just a brown color. And then there are different kind of lighter shades. There's a blonde, I think there's a copper. So definitely, if you're interested, check it out. I will put a link in the video description to this product. I am an Amazon associate, which means I may earn from qualifying purchases, but obviously you're not tied to using my link. What I do with any money that I get from the links, I just reinvest it back into my channel. But you know, do shop around, get the right price if you're interested in using this product. So in short, I am really impressed with this. I think this is a fantastic alternative to the spray. I love the fact that you can use it on dry, on wet hair, and it does not leave a residue. It just washes out really easily the next time that you wash your hair, and it doesn't seem to add any kind of oiliness to my roots, which, as I said, I get very oily roots. So let me know, have you tried this product, or is there a root touch-up product which it's like your holy grail, you always go to? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I love hanging out with you guys. Thank you once again for watching one of my videos, and remember, you are in perfect time. See you soon.